Battle of the Brains, presented by Invest 529. Central Virginia's high school academic quiz show. Today's match features Maggie Walker Governor School versus Ocean Lakes High School. Let's play.
Hello and welcome to Battle of the Brains, Central Virginia's longest-running high school academic quiz show. I'm Cheryl Miller. We're now in the semifinal round of this year's competition as our teams vie for a share of $20,000 in scholarship money, provided courtesy of Invest 529 and the E.W. Scripps Foundation. As one of our 4 teams remaining in this season's competition, each school competing today is guaranteed at least $2,500 in scholarship money. Our competition welcomes teams from schools all across the Commonwealth of Virginia. Congratulations to the academic athletes joining us today. The Dolphins of Ocean Lakes High School, coached by Miranda Blazer and Lisa Gibson. Ocean Lakes is a public high school in Virginia Beach. It features the Math and Science Academy, which was founded 30 years ago as the first of several magnet programs in the district. Also, congratulations to the Green Dragons of Maggie Walker Governor School, coached by Adam Rachi and Kim Forker. The Maggie Walker Governor School is a public high school in Richmond. It's the School for Government and International Studies. It's a regional magnet school. For the college preparatory curriculum, Maggie Walker has been recognized as one of the most elite public schools in America. It's great to have all of these students back with us today. Our match will consist of 3 toss-up rounds and a category round. Players will buzz in and wait for me to call on them before giving their answer. Interruptions of questions are allowed, but an incorrect answer will result in a point deduction. There's no deduction for an incorrect answer to a completed question. All right, students, congratulations once again. Good luck. Let's begin the first toss-up round. What Dan Brown novel has sold over 80 million copies worldwide and was made into a 2006 mystery thriller starring Tom Hanks? Jackson.
Theodore Boone.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker. Andy?
The Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code is correct. Physicist Robert Millikan used a suspension of oil droplets in an attempt to determine, Jackson.
The charge of an electron.
That is correct. The basic charge of what subatomic particle? The material, for example, clay, marble, paint, or canvas that is used to create art is in general, David.
The medium.
It's called what? The medium is correct. What set of numbers is commonly represented by a capital bold-faced letter Z? David.
The integers.
Correct. What is the capital city of the Italian island of Sicily? Clark.
Palermo.
Correct. While walking with Benvolio on the Verona street, he encountered Tybalt, who is angry. Jackson.
Romeo.
That is incorrect. I'll finish for Maggie Walker, who's angry over uninvited guests at the Capulets' party. Name this friend of Romeo who was slain in the ensuing duel. Layden.
Mercutio.
That is correct. Who is the Viking credited with the first European? David.
Leif Erikson.
That is incorrect. I'll finish for Ocean Lakes, credited with the first European settlement of Greenland. Kashik.
Eric the Red.
That is correct. A character created by Miguel de Cervantes. Layden.
Don Quixote.
That is incorrect. I'll finish. A character created by Miguel de Cervantes. What is the name of Don Quixote's horse? Clark.
Rocinante.
That is correct. Translating to old horse, spell Rocinante. Layden.
Rocinante.
And that is correct. In English grammar, what is the term for a word or word group to which a noun refers? David.
The antecedent.
That is correct. In the spring of 1676, he led a band of frontiersmen. Jackson.
Nathaniel Bacon.
That is correct. In attacks upon Native Americans. The lemniscate of Bernoulli is a polar curve whose most common form is used in what famous symbol? Robinson.
Infinity.
Yes. That is correct. All right, watch and listen carefully. Turn your attention to the video monitors for a question from the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch, and you must wait until the question is asked completely before buzzing in. Early buzzers will not be allowed to answer.
Her given last name is Hudson. Identify this singer who Jeff Bezos is literally sending into space.
Clark.
Katy Perry.
That is correct. She was born Catherine Elizabeth Hudson. What French artist painting Impression Sunrise is credited? Andy.
Monet.
Claude Monet is correct. This decision concerning the appointment of a justice of peace marked the first time. Jackson.
Marbury versus Madison.
That is correct. The first time the Supreme Court declared an act of Congress unconstitutional. What is Atticus Finch's profession in the novel? I'm not seeing a light. Judges? Okay, Robinson?
Lawyer.
That is correct, In To Kill a Mockingbird. You may need your pencil and paper for this. For an analog clock, what is the measure of the acute angle formed between the hour and minute hands at 11 o'clock? Jackson.
30 degrees.
That is correct, or pi over 6. In physics, it is defined as a measure of the ratio of a force to the area affected. Jackson.
Pressure.
That is correct. Single lens, compound, light, phase contrast. Andy.
Microscope?
That is correct. What type of instrument? Exposed to the northeast trade winds, the Caribbean islands of Martinique, St. Vincent, and St. Lucian are part of the Caribbean archipelago known as what? Jackson.
The Bahamas.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker? David?
The West Indies.
They are the Windward Islands. And that buzzer means good job by our teams, but a lot more questions still to come. Up next, we'll introduce today's players, and then they'll take on the category round when Battle of the Brains semifinals continues.
Miss a week of Battle of the Brains? Want to catch up on the full season of play? Watch full episodes on our YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores following the first toss-up round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Ocean Lakes High School with 100 points. Our team from Maggie Walker Governor School with 60 points. We'll get back to our match just ahead, but first we want to tell you a little bit about today's players. First, let's meet our team from Ocean Lakes High School in Virginia Beach. The Dolphins are coached by Miranda Blazer and Lisa Gibson. First up is Robinson Chen, who is a junior. He's the SCA Communications co-chair, enjoys learning about combat sports, religion, and history. Next up is Clark Smith. Clark is a junior who is on the track and cross-country teams, plays cello in the school's orchestra, and enjoys reading in his free time. Our team captain from Ocean Lakes High School is Jackson Crickard. Jackson's a senior who plays soccer, water polo, also a musician. He plays the cello and hopes to study aerospace engineering in college. And wrapping up our team is Kashik Tata, who is a senior. He's co-captain of the Scholastic Bowl team, a member of the chamber orchestra at school, and will be studying radio frequency engineering at Georgia Tech. Congratulations. Now let's meet our team from the Maggie Walker Governor School. They are the Green Dragons. Their coaches are Adam Rachi and Kim Forker. First up is Andy Campbell, who is a senior, enjoys music, art, biology, photography, and writing, also participates in Model UN and plans to study public health. Our team captain is David Linz, who is a junior, is a year-round swimmer, enjoys learning languages, especially Italian and German, and hopes to study engineering. Next up is Bladen Kidd. Bladen is a sophomore who enjoys painting, enjoys reading, and watching food reviews, and says his favorite fruit is pineapple. Isaac Hathaway is a senior who is the team CEO of the Maggie Walker First Robotics Team 422, enjoys playing tabletop games, and is interested in studying economics and government in college. That is our team from the Maggie Walker Governor School. And again, congratulations to both of our teams for making it to the semifinals this season. Now for the category round, each team will select one 10-question category from today's choices. If a team gets all of its questions correct in the allotted time, they'll receive a 20-point bonus. Teams, take a look. Here are the categories from which you may choose today. They are begins with S, singers and bands, and computer homonyms. And we do note that in this round, only the captains can officially answer for the teams, though they may confer with their teammates to try to come up with the correct answer. By the rules, the high score team gets first choice of category. That is our team from Ocean Lakes. Jackson, quickly talk it over with your teammates. Let me know what category you would like to take.
We'll take begins with S.
All right, given the following categories, name the item in each that begins with the letter S. The first is members of OPEC.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Saudi Arabia?
Correct. One of the 4 houses of Hogwarts.
Slytherin.
Correct. Countries of South America.
Suriname.
Correct. Of the 6 simple machines.
Screw.
Correct. The 5 civilized Native American tribes.
Sioux.
It would be Seminole. Cabinet level U.S. government departments.
It could be state as well. State?
State is correct. The 7 base SI units.
Second.
Correct. Confederate States of America.
South Carolina.
Correct. Flavors of quarks.
Strange. Strange?
Correct. And finally, the 12 tribes of Israel.
Simeon?
That is correct.
Nice play.
Okay.
Good job, Robinson. All right, now our Maggie Walker team will play either singers, bands, or computer homonyms. David, talk it over with your
You
team.
want 3? Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm good with whatever.
All right. We would like computer homonyms, please.
All right, given an unrelated clue, give the computer term described by the following. The first is a horse's mouthpiece.
It's in the mouth. I don't know. Brittle? I don't know. Pass.
That would be a bit.
Yeah.
Thin fried potato slice.
Chip.
Chip.
Chip is correct. A male sheep.
What the hell? Ram.
Correct. Waiter or waitress.
Server.
Correct. Spider's trap.
Web.
Correct. Type of giant lizard.
Dragon? What the? Lizard. Giga. Pass.
That would be monitor. To navigate a car.
Drive.
Correct. Canned lunch meat.
Spam.
Correct. Small rodent.
Mouse.
Correct. And finally, a window shopper.
Browser.
That is correct. Good job on your category as well. Good job on both of our teams here in the category round. And up next, they'll take on another toss-up round when Battle of the Brains continues.
Battle of the Brains is always available. Find full episodes on YouTube and follow Battle of the Brains on social media.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores following the category round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Ocean Lakes High School with 145 points. Our team from the Maggie Walker Governor School with 100 points. And now it's back to Battle of the Brains and another toss-up round. And a quick reminder for our teams, you do lose points if you interrupt a question with an incorrect answer. The other team then has the chance to answer. And of course, there's no conferring in the toss-up rounds. All right, teams, here we go. Main ingredients include egg yolk, butter, and lemon. What type of sauce is used? Robinson.
Frankfurt.
That is incorrect. I'll finish for Maggie Walker. What type of sauce is used to make eggs Benedict? David.
Hollandaise.
Hollandaise is correct. Our next question is spell Hollandaise. Clark.
Hollandaise.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker. Layden.
Hollandaise.
That is correct. Of American states, which one is the least populous? Jackson.
Wyoming.
That is correct, with fewer than 600,000 inhabitants. Jeffrey the giraffe is the mascot for what? David.
Toys R Us.
That is correct. Retail chain closed in 2021, but may be making a comeback. What Toni Morrison work starts with the following sentences? Layden.
Beloved.
That is correct. The opening sentence is 124 was spiteful, full of a baby's venom. In Greek mythology, who was the handsome youth who spent half his time? Robinson.
Adonis.
Correct. Half his time with Aphrodite and half in the underworld. What is the name for substances that do not conduct heat? Jackson.
Thermal insulators.
Yes.
That is correct. Serving in the armed forces as a driver and mechanic, who was this head of state who served in World War II? Robinson.
Eisenhower.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker? David?
John F. Kennedy.
It was actually Elizabeth II of England. What was the cause of death for the majority of U.S. Civil War soldiers? David?
Disease.
Judges say yes. Infectious disease caused twice as many deaths as battle wounds did. The nonfiction bestseller Marley and Me by John Grogan is about the author's relationship with Marley. Who is Marley? Andy?
His dog.
That is correct. The author's pet yellow lab. All right, teams, watch the monitor for another video question from the Battle of the Brains, and you must wait until the question is asked completely before buzzing in. Early buzzers will not be allowed to answer.
This Nashville rapper and singer was born Jason Bradley DeFord. Name this artist known for his songs Son of a Sinner and Need a Favor.
Layden.
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll is correct. August 9, 2025 will mark the 80th anniversary of the United States. Clark.
Nagasaki.
That is correct, dropping a second atomic bomb on what Japanese city? They are classified using the tuning fork diagram. Jackson.
Galaxies.
That is correct. You may need your pencil and paper for this one. Simplify the product of 2 minus I times its conjugate. Kashik.
5 minus 4i.
Judges, that is incorrect. Maggie Walker? Andy?
4.
It's actually just 5. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is located in Layton.
Cleveland, Ohio.
That is correct, in the Midwest. Seized by the Nazis in 1938, Sudetenland formed part of what free... Jackson?
Austria?
That is incorrect. Formed part of what free democratic Central European republic? Maggie Walker? David?
Switzerland.
It's actually Czechoslovakia.
Oh my gosh.
What is the term for a substance made by melting together 2 or more elements? Robinson?
Alloy?
Correct. At least one must be a metal. In the Old Testament, this warrior stood about 9.5 feet tall. Robinson?
Goliath.
That is correct. Brought down by a sling and a rock. And that buzzer means one more toss-up round just ahead and will double the point value. Stay tuned to see which team is today's winner and going on to the championship round here on Battle of the Brains.
Love Battle of the Brains? Ready for your high school team to play next season? Go to battleofthebrains.net to learn more.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores as we head into the final round of this semifinal match. Today's winner will play for the championship against next week's winner. Our team from Ocean Lakes High School with 195 points. Our team from Maggie Walker Governor School with 180 points. It is a close game. In this final toss-up round, the point score for a correct answer is doubled, but so is the penalty for an incorrect answer given before I finish the question. There's no deduction for an incorrect answer to a completed question. Good luck, teams. This is our final toss-up round. The explosion and subsequent sinking of what U.S. ship? Clark?
The USS Maine.
That is correct. The catalyst for the Spanish-American War. What is the baseball term for a player holding the bat in front of home plate and tapping the ball? David?
Bunting.
That is correct. Tapping the ball into play. What is the largest natural freshwater lake within the contiguous United States? David?
Superior.
That is incorrect. Ocean Lakes? Jackson?
Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan is correct. President William McKinley was assassinated in what New York City during... Jackson?
Buffalo, New York.
That is correct. During the 1901 Pan American Exposition.
Go Bills.
If you were born on April 22nd, what would be your zodiac sign? Clark?
Pisces.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker? Andy?
Aries?
You would be a Taurus. That runs April 20th through May 20th, the second sign of the zodiac represented by the bull. What was the code name given to the 1990 war to drive Iraq out of Kuwait? Clark?
Desert Storm.
That is correct. Discernible means capable of being perceived or recognized. David?
D-I-S-C-E-R-N-A-B-L-E.
That is incorrect. Ocean Lakes, Jackson?
D-I-S-C-E-R-N-I-B-L-E.
That is correct. What is the only move in chess where 2 pieces, the king? Jackson?
Castle.
Castling is correct, can be moved in the same turn, the king and the rook. Blue Origin is a space exploratory company. David?
The other one is SpaceX. That matters. That's my answer.
That is incorrect. I'll finish for Ocean Lakes. Blue Origin is a space exploration company founded by what billionaire? Kashuk?
Jeff Bezos.
That is correct. In the Star Wars universe, what was Luke Skywalker's father's? Clark?
Anakin.
That is correct, his first name. Which English author of Scenes of Clerical Life created the characters Felix Holt, Adam Beatty, and Silas Marner? Bladen?
George Eliot.
That is correct. What is the name given to musical groups that consist of 2 violinists? Kashuk?
Quartets.
That is correct. An 8.5-foot tall bronze statue of Rocky Balboa stands. David?
Philadelphia.
That is correct, near the steps to the city's Museum of Art. It was first observed in 1911 in a piece of mercury cooled to about 4 kelvins, while ceramics that exhibit this property at over 100 kelvins. Kashuk?
Superconductivity.
That is correct. It's the property in which a substance displaces no electrical resistance. After leaving Fort Lincoln with the 7th Cavalry, this man left Jackson.
George Custer.
That is correct. Left his own troops to face the Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull at the Battle of Little Bighorn. The current river with this name flows 18 miles from the Apennines to the Adriatic Sea. Name this boundary between Italy and Cisalpine Gaul, whose crossing... David.
The Rubicon.
That is correct. Crossing by Julius Caesar triggered a Roman civil war. What company was initially called Auction Web when it was founded? Kashuk.
Amazon.
That is incorrect. When it was founded in 1995. Maggie Walker? David?
eBay.
eBay is correct. The Shakespearean advice, neither a borrower nor lender be, for loan oft... Bladen.
Shylock said that in The Merchant of Venice.
That is incorrect. I'll finish for Ocean Lakes. Neither a borrower or lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, appears in which play? Jackson?
Merchant of Venice.
It's actually in Hamlet, Act 1, Scene 3. What is defined as a tax on goods produced abroad?
It was Robinson.
Robinson?
Tariff.
That is correct. And that buzzer is the end of our game. While our judges double check the final score, here's a reminder of how to stay connected with us here at Battle of the Brains.
Stay up to date on Battle of the Brains. Follow along as your favorite teams advance this season. Visit battleofthebrains.net to learn more and follow the show on social at Battle of the Brains. Join us next week on Battle of the Brains as we welcome students from Douglas S. Freeman High School playing against Oscar Smith High School.
And now here's the final score for today's semifinal game, determining which of our teams will go on to play in the championship match and a chance to win a $10,000 scholarship for their school. The final scores today, ending with a final score of 240 points. Our team from the Maggie L. Walker Governor School in Richmond. Great job today by Andy, David, Bladen, and Isaac. And our team from Ocean Lakes High School, ending the match with 415 points. I do want to mention that our team from Maggie Walker did a great job all season. They earned a $2,500 scholarship for their school. Now, our winning team and going on to the compete in the season's championship is our team from Ocean Lakes High School, the Dolphins. Great job today by Kashuk, Jackson, Clark, and Robinson. You have earned a scholarship of at least $5,000 and will double that if you win the championship next week. Good luck to you. I'm Cheryl Miller. Thank you so much for watching and playing along here on Battle of the Brains, and we'll see you back here next week for another semifinal match to determine who will play today's winner in the championship round. We'll see you next week. Great job.
Game over. Thank you for watching Battle of the Brains. Presented by Invest 529. Goodbye.